Hi friends, today we are going to revise the chapter probability. So first we will see what is the meaning of probability. Probability is nothing but we are expressing an event in a numerical form. It is called as what? Probability. To understand probability in a better way, we will take some examples. For example, it will probably rain today. That means it may either rain or it may not rain. Second example is the chances of India winning the game is just 50-50. That means India will either win the game or it will lose the game. I doubt that she will stand first in essay competition. That means the girl, she may either win the essay competition or she may lose. There are some chances of winning that essay competition. So you can see in the examples the word probably, chance, doubt, all these are expressing nothing but a probability, or we can say it as they are chances of occurring that event. So the next is different kinds of probability. That means what are the different kinds of probability that we will see. First one is experimental probability, or we can say it as empirical probability. That means here we are conducting an actual experiment. To understand it, we will take an example. That means we are tossing a coin. That means when we toss a coin, it may happen that either head may turn up or tail may turn up. That means that we are doing a trial and error. So we are conducting an actual experiment over here. So it is called as what? Experimental or empirical probability. To find this, there is a formula: number of trials in which the event happened upon the total number of trials. The second kind of probability is theoretical probability. Here we are not conducting any actual experiment. Here there are possible chances of occurring an event. To understand it, let's take an example. Now a dice, when we roll it, what are the chances of getting number 2? You know, in the dice there are numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means how many chances are there that number 3 may come up? The chances are 6. So here it's an outcome. So it is called as what? Theoretical probability. Now the formula for finding theoretical probability is number of outcomes favorable to the event upon number of all possible outcomes of the experiment. Okay, these are the two kinds of probability. Now let's see what is sample space. Okay, sample space is nothing but a collection of all the possible outcomes of an event. So while solving the problem, we are denoting sample space in the capital letter S, and it is always written in a curly bracket. So how we will write a sample space, that we will see. For that we will take an example. A coin is tossed. Now what we are doing? We are tossing a coin. So what are the sample space of it? H, tail. That means either head will come up or tail will come up. So the sample space is H, T. Now we will take the next example. When two dice are thrown together, that means we are tossing two dice at a time. One die in this hand and the second die it is in the other hand. We will just assume it. Okay. So in this dice, how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means total 6 numbers are there. Same way in this dice, how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, how much it becomes? 36. So our sample space is 36. So that means when we are tossing two dice together, so the sample space becomes 36. That means now how we will write it? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. In this way we can write it in 36 ways. Okay. Now while solving the problems, what are the key points that we should always keep in mind? So when we are solving problems related to coins, you should always say that when we are tossing only one coin or two coins, always the possibility is head, tail. Okay. Similarly, when we are tossing two coins, the chances are H, 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 T, T, H, T, T. That means how many ways are there? 4 ways. Similarly, in this way we can write for 3 or more coins when we are tossing it. So now we will see when we are solving problems related to dice, how we can solve it or how we can write it. We will see. Now when we are tossing only one die, what will be the sample space or what are the number of faces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means only one die we are tossing. So the chances are 6. When we are tossing 2 dice, what are the chances that we have already seen? 6, 6, 36. So how many ways are there? 36 ways. Next, for cards. Now here we should always keep this diagram in our mind while we are solving the problems related to cards. Now in a pack of cards, how many total number of cards are there? 52, right? There are total 52 cards in the pack of cards. Now in 52 there are 26 cards are such that they are red in color and 26 cards are that they are black in color. Got it? 26, 26, red, black. Now in this red color card, how many heart card are there? 13. Similarly, how many diamonds are there? 13. Similarly, this apply for the cards in black. That means club, it is also 13. Spade, it is also 13. Now in this king, queen, jack, then 10, 9, 8 numbers are there till 2 and 1 ace card. It is same in all the 4 cards. Okay. Now king, queen, jack, all these cards are called as what? Face card. Now why it is called as face card? Because we can see that on the card faces are drawn on the card. So that's why they are called as what? Face card. So king, queen, jack are face cards. From 10 to 2 all this number ace, these are called as what? Numerical cards. Got it? These are all same for all the 4. So pack there are 52 cards. Now we'll see what type of questions will be asked and how to attempt it. So for 1 or 2 mark questions, the questions will be very easy. There will be no tricky questions. Only the straightforward questions will be asked for 1 or 2 mark question. And we don't need to write lengthy steps. In 2 to 3 steps you need to complete 1 or 2 mark questions. Now when we will solve 3 or 4 mark questions, little tricky questions you can expect. There will be 2 to 3 sub questions you can see in the question paper, and similarly and the most important thing is that when you will solve 3 to 4 mark question, the steps whatever we are writing or whatever we are solving, it is very important that all the steps should be written. Otherwise the marks will be deducted because each and every steps carries certain marks. Now we will see how to solve a 1 mark question. Okay, so the first question is, in a family of 3 children, calculate the probability of having at least 1 boy. You can see this question has appeared in 2014. Now we will see how to solve it. Now first we will write the sample space. Okay, sample space is equal to BBB, BBG, GGB, GGG. That means you can see that in one all the children are boys. In the second you can see that 2 boy 1 girl is there. Similar in third one you can see 2 girl 1 boy, and fourth one you can see that all the children are girls. So how many chances are there? There are 4 chances. Now what question what you can see? The probability of having at least 1 boy. That means at least 1 boy should be there. So what are the chances of having at least 1 boy? B, B, B. That means here you can see at least 1 boy is there. B, B, G. 1 boy is there. G, G, B. Again 1 boy is there. But G, G, G. Is any boy you can see? No. That means how many chances are there? Only 3 chances. Therefore probability of at least 1 boy is equal to 3 upon 4. Next problem is, a card is drawn at random from a well shuffled pack of 52 playing cards. Find the probability of getting neither a red card nor a queen. Now you can see this question has appeared in the year 2016. So let's solve it. So now we will write first the sample space. Now you know in a pack of cards how many are there? 52 cards. So our sample space is equal to 52. Now the probability of neither a red card nor a queen is equal to, that means a total probability is how much? It is 1. From that what we are doing? We are subtracting probability of total red card or a queen. So now you know in a red card how many cards are there? 26. And how many queen are there? 4. but you can see in red card already 2 queens are there. So what we are doing, from that we are subtracting 2 queens from it. So how we will write, which is equal to 1 minus, you know how many red card? 26. 26 plus how many queen? 4, and we are subtracting that 2 queen from it, that is minus 2, upon total number of cards, it is 52, which is equal to 1 minus 28 upon 52, which is again equal to 24 upon 52, that is 6 upon 30. The next problem is a box contains cards numbered 6 to 50. A card is drawn at random from the box. Calculate the probability that the drawn card has a number which is a perfect square. Again, it's a 2013 paper question. Now in the box you can see number 6 to 50 is been written on the cards. Now what we are doing, we are drawing one by one card from the box. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out that the drawn card, it should be a perfect square. So now you can see total number of cards from 60 to 50 is 45. How? From 1 to 50 we have numbers, total number is 50. So what we are doing? We are minusing 1 to 5 numbers from it, which is equal to 45. Now you can see perfect square numbers. So what are the perfect square numbers between 60 to 50? 9, 16, 25, 36, 49. So how many perfect square numbers are there? 5. Therefore, probability of a perfect square is equal to 5 upon, you know total number of cards, 45, equal to 1 upon 9. Next problem, a number is chosen at random from the numbers minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. What will be the probability that square of this number is less than or equal to 1? Now this is 2017 question. So total number, how many numbers are there from minus 3 to 3? It is 7. Now what we will do? We will write the squares of this number. So minus 3 square is equal to 9. Minus 2 square is equal to 4. Minus 1 square is equal to 1. 0 square is equal to 0. 1 square is equal to 1. 2 square is equal to 4. 3 square is equal to 9. So what are all the possible outcome that it should be less than or equal to 1? It is equal to 3. That means the squares which is less than or equal to 1 is equal to 3. Therefore, probability of square of numbers which is less than or equal to 1 is equal to 3 upon 7. The next problem is, two different dice are tossed together. Find the probability that the product of the two numbers on the top of the dice is 6. This is 2015 question again. So now total outcome, you know, when we are tossing two dice, on the one dice the numbers are, total number are 6. On the second die, total number are 6. So 6 into 6, it is 36. Now what are the possible outcomes? That the two numbers on the top should be is equal to 6. That means when we do multiply these two numbers, it should be equal to 6. So possible outcome is equal to 3 into 2, 2 into 3, 6 into 1, 1 into 6. Therefore, the probability of product of two numbers is 6 is equal to 4 upon 36, which is again equal to 1 upon 9. Next sum, the probability of selecting a rotten apple randomly from a heap of 900 apples is 0.18. What is the number of rotten apples in the heap? Again 2017 question. Now you know the previous all the questions we were trying to find out the probability, but in this question the probability is already given and we have to find out number of rotten apples in the heap. Therefore, what is the formula? Probability of rotten apple is equal to number of rotten apples upon total apples. Now you know probability, it is 0.18, which is equal to number of rotten apples that we have to find out upon total apple. It is already given in the question. It is 900. Therefore, number of rotten apples is equal to 900 into 0.18, which is equal to 162. Now we'll see how to solve 2-mark questions. So the first question is, a coin is tossed 2 times. Find the probability of getting both heads or both tails. Now this question appeared in the year 2011. So first what we will do, we will write this sample space. Sample space is equal to head head t head t. So we can see when you toss for the first time, you can see on the both the coins you can see head. The second time you can see head tail. Third time you can see tail head, and the last you can see tail. So what is our sample space? Sample space is equal to 4. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out both heads or both tails. Therefore probability of both heads or both tails is equal to probability of both heads plus probability of both tails. Now you can see there are only one chance where you can see 2 heads are there, right? So which is equal to 1 upon 4 plus again you can see both tails, it is also 1 upon 4. Now which is equal to 2 upon 4, which is equal to 1 upon 2. Next question, 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. Find the probability of getting exactly 2 heads. This question has also appeared in the year 2013. Now first we will write the sample space. Now here what we are doing, we are tossing 3 coins. So first head tail tail head tail. So what are the total sample space? Sample space is equal to 8. Now what we have to find out? Getting exactly 2 heads. That means 2 heads should be there. Therefore probability of exactly 2 heads is equal to how many such are there? 3 upon 8. Now the next one. A card is drawn at random from a pack of 52 playing cards. Find the probability that the card drawn is neither an ace nor a king. Now this question is also appeared in the year 2011. Now in a pack of cards, how many number of cards are there? 52. Therefore our sample space is equal to 52. Therefore probability of neither an ace nor a king is equal to 1 minus probability of either an ace or a king. That means total probability is 1. From that we are subtracting either an ace or a king card from it, which is equal to 1 minus probability of an ace plus probability of a king. Now total number of ace card, how many are there? 4. Similarly for king, how many are there? 4. So therefore it is equal to 1 minus 4 upon 52 plus 4 upon 52, which is equal to 1 minus 8 upon 52. Now when we solve it, we get equal to 44 upon 52, which is again equal to 11 upon 13. The next question, 2 dice are thrown simultaneously. Find the probability of getting a doublet. Now this question is also appeared in the year 2013. Now you know 2 dice are thrown together, you know 6. So the chances are how much? 36. Therefore total outcome, or we can say sample space, is equal to 36. Now what we have to get? We have to get a doublet. That means on the dice the number should be same. So a doublet is obtained is equal to 1, that is 1 same, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many number of ways are there? 6 ways. So therefore probability of a doublet is equal to 6 upon 36, which is equal to 1 upon 6. Now we'll see how to solve 3-mark questions. Okay. So the first question is, a number is selected at random from first 50 natural numbers. Find the probability that it is a multiple of 3 and 4. Now here you can suppose it's a box, and in that 1 to 50 natural numbers are there. And what we are doing? We are taking one number at a time. So now what we have to find out? We have to find out that it should be a multiple of 3 and 4. Now what will be the sample space? Sample space equal to 50. How? From 1 to 50 natural numbers are there. So sample space is equal to 50. Now what we have to find out? Multiple of 3 and 4. Now from 1 to 50, what are the multiple numbers of 3 and 4? 12, 24, 36, 48. So how many such numbers are there? 4. Therefore, probability of multiple of 3 and 4 is equal to 4 upon 50, which is equal to 2 upon 25. Next problem. A bag contains white, black and red balls only. A ball is drawn at random from the bag. If the probability of getting a white ball is 3 upon 10 and that of a black ball is 2 upon 5, then find the probability of getting a red ball. If the bag contains 20 black balls, then find the total number of balls in the bag. Now you can see this question is also from the year 2015. Now in a bag there are white, black and red balls. That means 3 color type of balls are there: white, black and red ball. Now what we are doing, from the bag we are taking one by one ball. Now here they have given probability of getting a white ball. That means what is the probability of getting a white ball? 3 upon 10. Similarly, what is the probability of getting a black ball? 2 upon 5. Now what we have to find out? Getting a red ball. So what we will do? First we will take white, black, red ball, write it as W, B and R. Total probability, you know, it is 1. Now in the question it is given probability of white ball, which is equal to 3 upon 10. Now probability of black ball, it is 2 upon 5. Now so we will get the probability of red ball. What it is? Therefore probability of getting red ball is equal to 1 total probability minus. From that what we will subtract? White balls 3 upon 10. From that again what we will minus? Black ball 2 upon 5, which is equal to 3 upon 10. Therefore we got probability of getting a red ball, which is equal to 3 upon 10. Now what we have to find out next? Total number of balls in the bag. So how many balls are there in that bag? Now what we will do? Now we will take the formula for it. Therefore probability of getting ball is equal to number of black balls upon total number of balls. Now in the question already probability of black ball is given. It is equal to 2 upon 5 equal to. Now we have to find out number of balls. Number of balls, it is 20 upon total number of black ball. Therefore total number of black ball is equal to 20 into 5 upon 2, which is equal to 50. The next question is, a bag contains 15 white and some black balls. If the probability of drawing a black ball from the bag is thrice that of drawing a white ball, find the number of black balls in the bag. This question is also come up in the year 2017. Now in a bag there are 15 white balls that we know, but some black ball, that means we don't know how many black balls are there. Okay, so let the number of black balls be x. Now what we are doing? We are taking black ball as x. Now we know number of white balls. The number of white balls is equal to how much? 15. Now the total number of balls means in the bag total number will be how much? X plus 15. X, you know, black ball, plus white ball, you know, it's 15. Therefore probability of black ball is equal to, it is said, it is thrice of probability of white ball, which is equal to x upon x plus 15 equal to thrice, that is we multiply 3 into 15 upon x plus 15. Therefore x upon x plus 15 is equal to, when we will solve it, we will get 40 upon x plus 15, which is therefore is equal to 45. Therefore the number of black ball is equal to 45. The next question. A box consists of 100 shirts, of which 88 are good, 8 have minor defects and 4 have major defects. Ramesh, a shopkeeper, will buy only those shirts which are good. But Keval, another shopkeeper, will not buy shirts with major defects. A shirt is taken out of the box at random. What is the probability that first, Ramesh will buy the selected shirts, second, Keval will buy the selected shirts? Now this question has been appeared in the year 2016. So in a box, you know how many shirts are there? 100. From that 100 shirts, 88 shirts are such that they are good, and 8 shirts such are there it is having minor defects, and 4 it is having major defects. Now first what we have to find out? We have to find out that Ramesh will buy the selected shirt. Now Ramesh has told that he will buy only good shirt. He will not buy shirts which is having any defects. Therefore number of good shirt is equal to how much? It is 88. Therefore probability of Ramesh buys a shirt is 88 upon 100, which is equal to 22 upon 25. Now we'll see how many shirts will Keval buy. Now Keval, he told that he will not buy shirts which is having a major defects, right? Therefore number of shirts without major defect is equal to, that means it includes good shirt as well as minor defect shirts he is ready to buy that also. Therefore 88 plus 8 is equal to 96. Therefore probability Keval buys a shirt, that is it should be without major defects, which is equal to 96 upon 100, which is equal to 24 upon 25. The next question is, a card is drawn at random from a well shuffled pack of 52 cards. Find the probability of getting first one a red king, second one a queen or a jack. So now this question has also appeared in the year 2012. Again you know total card it is equal to 52, that is our sample space is also equal to 52. Now you know there are how many kings? 4. Therefore number of king is equal to 4. How many red cards are there? Number of red king, especially king, is equal to 2. So therefore what we have to find out? We have to find out probability of a red king, which is equal to 22 upon 52, which is equal to 1 upon 26. Now the second one is a queen or a jack. Now you know how many queen cards are there? 4. Similarly, how many jack are there? 4. Therefore, probability of a queen or a jack is equal to probability of a queen plus probability of a jack, which is equal to 4 upon 52 plus 4 upon 52. Now the base are same, therefore which is equal to 4 plus 4 8 upon 52, which is equal to 2 upon 13. Now the sixth question is, all red face cards are removed from a pack of playing cards. The remaining cards were well shuffled and then a card is drawn at random from them. Find the probability that the drawn card is first one a red card, second one a face card, third one a card of clubs. Now this question is also from the year 2015. Again you know in the total pack how many number of cards are there? It is 52. Now what they are saying? They are saying that we need to remove all the red face cards from the 52 cards. You know how many red face cards are there? It is 6. All red face cards now we are removing from 52. That is 52 minus 6 is equal to 46. So now our sample space or our total outcome is equal to how much? It is 46. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out red card, right? Possible outcome of red card. Now from 26 red card they are saying red face card should be removed. So what we are doing? 26 minus 6 is equal to 20. That means we have removed that 6 face card and now our red card is how much? It is 20. Now therefore probability of a red card is equal to 20 upon 46, which is equal to 10 upon 23. Now the second one, a face card. Now what are the possible outcome of face card? Now you know total cards 12. From that what we are doing? We are minusing that face card. Therefore 12 minus 6 is equal to 6. Therefore probability of face card is equal to 6 upon 46, which is equal to 3 upon 23. Now the third one, a card of clubs. Now possible outcome of card of clubs, you know how many cards are there? It is 13. Therefore probability of card of club is equal to 13 upon 46. The seventh, there are 100 cards in a bag on which number from 1 to 100 are written. A card is taken out from the bag at random. Find the probability that the number on the selected card, first one, is divisible by 9 and is a perfect square. Second is a prime number greater than 80. Again, this is from 2016. Now you know in a bag there are how many cards? 100 cards. Therefore total card is equal to 100. Now first what we have to find out? It should be divisible by 9 and it should be a perfect square, which is equal to from 1 to 100. How many such numbers are there which is divisible by 9 and perfect square? 9, 36, 81. So how many such numbers are there? 3. Therefore probability divisible by 9 and perfect square is equal to 3 upon 100. Second one is a prime number greater than 80. Therefore that is prime number which we are selecting, it should be greater than 80. So how many such numbers are there from 1 to 100? 83, 89, 97, which is equal to 3. Therefore probability of prime numbers greater than 80 is equal to 3 upon 100. Next one, two different dice are thrown together. Find the probability that the numbers obtained first have a sum less than 6, second have a product less than 16, third one is a doublet of odd numbers. Again this question is of 2017. You know two dice we are throwing. How many ways are there? 36. Two dice can be thrown in how many ways? 36 ways. Therefore our sample space is equal to 1, 1, 1, 2. In this way we can write it in 36 ways. Now first what we have to find out? We have to find out have a sum less than 6. So how many such numbers are there? You know 1, 1. It is when we plus it 1 plus 1, 2. It is less than 6. 1, 2. 1 plus 2, 3. It is less than 6. 1, 3. 1 plus 3, it is less than 6. 1, 4. 2, 1. 2, 2. 2, 3. 3, 1. 3, 2. 4, 1. All these numbers when we plus it, it is less than 6. Therefore probability of sum less than 6 is equal to 10 upon 36, which is equal to 5 upon 10. Now the next one, product less than 16. That means when we multiply the numbers which is on the top, it should be less than 16. Okay, 1, 1. It is less than 16. 1 into 1, 1. It is less than 16. 1 into 2, 2. It is again less than 16. 1 into 3. Again it is less than 16. Similarly 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. 2, 4, 2, 5. In this way we can write it how many ways? 25 ways. Therefore probability of product less than 16 is equal to 25 upon 36. Now third one what we have to find out? We have to find out double of odd numbers. That means when the numbers comes on the dice, it should be doublet. That means same number and the same number it should be an odd number. So how many ways are there? 1, 1. Same number, it is an odd number. 3, 3. Same, it is also odd. 5, 5. Again, it's the same number and it is also odd. How many such are there? 3. Therefore, probability of doublet of odd numbers is equal to 3 upon 36, which is equal to 1 upon 12. Now, the next, two different dice are rolled together. Find the probability of getting first one, the sum of numbers on two dice to be 5. Second one, even numbers on both dice. Again 2015 question. Now you know what are the possible outcome, or we can say sample space is 6, 6, 36. So we can write in 36 ways. Okay, it is already written. Now the second one, first what we have to find out, the sum of numbers on two dice to be 5. The numbers which comes on both the dice, when we add it, it should be equal to 5. So let's see, 2, 3, 2, 3. 2 plus 3, 5. It is equal to 5. 3, 2, again 5. 1, 4, 5. 4, 1, 5. So how many ways are there? 4. Therefore, probability of getting sum of numbers on two dice to be 5 is equal to 4 upon 36, which is equal to 1 upon 9. Now the second one, even number on both dice. The numbers on top of both the dice, it should be an even number. So how many are such there? 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 6, 4, 2, 4, 4, 4, 6, 6, 2, 6, 4, 6, 6. So how many such numbers are there? 9. Therefore, probability of even numbers on both dice is equal to 9 upon 36, which is equal to 1 upon 9. Now we'll see how to solve long answers. Okay, it is 4-mark question. Each and every step in 4-mark question is very important. So let's begin with the first question. Find the probability that a leap year selected at random will contain 53 Mondays. Now we can see this question is from 2013. You know in leap year how many number of days are there? It is 366. Therefore in 366 days, how many complete weeks are there? 52 complete weeks are there and 2 extra days are there. So therefore, 36 days is equal to 52 complete weeks plus 2 extra days. So, therefore, you can say that there are 52 complete weeks. That means 52 complete Mondays will be there. Thus, a leap year always has 52 Mondays and extra 2 days. Now, we don't know that extra 2 days is what. So, how many possible events are there where you can see Sunday, Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday. So these are all the possible ways. Therefore, let E, what we are taking the event, it as E, that a leap year has 53 Mondays. You can see 52 complete Mondays and extra we can say it as 53 Mondays. Therefore, probability of getting this event is equal to 2 upon 7. Second one, a number x is selected at random from the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. Another number y is selected at random from the numbers 1, 4, 9 and 16. Find the probability that product of x and y is less than 16. This question is also appeared in the year 2016. Now we don't know which number we are selecting. So what we have taken? X. From how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. From these numbers we are taking a number. It can be any number. We don't know. So we are taking it as X. So how many ways are there? X can be any one of 1, 2, 3, 4. It is equal to 4 ways. Similarly, you can see another number is taken from random from 1, 4, 9 and 16. From this 4 number, another number is selected. But we don't know which number it is. So, we are taking it as y. So, therefore, how many ways are there? 4 ways. Now, therefore, total number of cases where it should be xy. That means product of xy should be less than 16. That means when we are taking a number from it, when we are multiplying it, it should be less than 16. Total number of cases of xy is equal to 4 into 4. It is equal to 16 ways. Number of cases where product is less than 16. What are the possible ways? 1 into 1, it is less than 16. 1 into 4, again less than 16. 1 into 9, it is equal to 9, it is less than 16. In this way, how many ways we can write? 8 ways. Therefore, probability of product of x and y less than 16 is equal to 8 upon 16, which is equal to 1 upon 2. Third one, the probability of guessing the correct answer to a certain question is x upon 12. If the probability of guessing the wrong answer is 3 by 4, find x. If a student copies the answer, then its probability is 2 by x. If it doesn't copy the answer, then the probability is 2 upon 3. Find the value of y. Now what they are saying, they have given a probability of guessing correct answer of a certain question which is equal to x upon 12. Now first we have to find out x value. Now there is a probability of guessing wrong answer. What is the probability? 3 upon 4. Now if a student copies the answer, then what is the probability? It is 2 upon 6. But if he doesn't copy, then the probability is 2y upon 3. So what we have to find out? We have to find out x and y value. Therefore probability of guessing correct plus probability of guessing wrong is total. How many it is total probability? 1. You know guessing correct answer, what is probability is given in the question? X upon 12 plus guessing wrong answer, it is also given in the question 3 upon 4 which is equal to total probability 1. Now we can solve it. X upon 12 is equal to, when we take 3 by 4 on the other side, it becomes 1 minus 3 upon 4. X upon 12 is equal to, when we do it it is a mixed fraction, we can calculate it 4 minus 3 upon 4. Now x upon 12 is equal to 1 upon 4. Therefore the value of x is equal to 12 upon 4. Again what we are doing, we are taking x on one side and 12 on the other side. 12 upon 4 is equal to 3. Now again what we have to do, we have to find out the value of y. Therefore probability he copies plus probability he doesn't copy is equal to 1. Now in the question it is already given probability that he copies, what it is 2 by 6 plus if he doesn't copy, 2y upon 3 equal to. Now total probability is 1. Therefore 2y upon 3 is equal to, what we are doing, again we are taking 2 upon 6 on the other side, it becomes 1 minus 2 upon 6. 2y upon 3 is equal to, when we solve it, 6 minus 2 upon 6. Therefore 2y upon 3 is equal to 4 upon 6. Y is equal to 4 into 3, 6 into 2. Therefore y is equal to 1. Next question. A game consists of tossing a coin 3 times. Here how many times you are tossing a coin? 3 times. And nothing, its outcome noting its outcome each time. That means we have to note each time the outcomes. Honey wins if he gets 3 heads or 3 tails and loses otherwise. That means when he tosses the coin, he should get all the 3 heads or he should get all the 3 tails. Otherwise he will lose the game. Calculate the probability that Honey will lose the game. Now what we have to find out, what is the probability that he will lose the game. Now this question is appeared in the year 2011. Now first what we will do, we will write the sample space. S equal to all the 3 heads, head, 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 tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, tail, and the last one, all the 3 tails, tail, tail, tail. So how many possible outcomes are there? Equal to 2. Possible outcome of when Honey wins. What are the chances that Honey will win? What it is saying, it should be all the 3 heads and all 3 tails, H, 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 T, T, T. So possible outcome is equal to 2. Therefore probability that Honey wins the game, what is the probability? 2 upon 8, which is equal to 1 upon 4. Now what we have to find out, Honey will lose the game. Total probability you know, it is 1. From that what we will do, we will minus probability of winning the game. Therefore 1 minus 1 upon 4 is equal to 3 upon 4.